Hello from the Bronx, Yankee Stadium in New York. It's Major League Baseball Stadium number 17 on our Major League Baseball Stadium tour. Today the Atlanta Braves are of course in town, and again, just like we did in Baltimore, we're going to rep our home team. You might be asking, why do you have an Arizona Diamondbacks hat? Well, I had the privilege of going to the Major League Baseball flagship store in New York City. Here's a few clips of that. Today is one of the best pitching matchups you could possibly ask for. Chris Sale, the Atlanta Braves left-handed ace, going up against Gerrit Cole, who's had ups and downs the last few years, but he is still dominant. Let's head inside Yankee Stadium and see what's going on.
Getting to Yankee Stadium is one of the big parts of the experience. We took the New York City subway to the 161st Street Yankee Stadium station, and the moment you step off of that train, you're surrounded by thousands of fans all heading to the same place.
I got what I need right here.
The current Yankee Stadium opened in 2009, directly across the street from the original house that Babe Ruth built. It seats just over 50,000 fans, making it one of the largest stadiums in all of Major League Baseball, while still honoring the history and traditions that made the Yankees one of the most iconic franchises in all of sports. One thing that stood out immediately was how open the concourses are. Compared to Camden Yards, where we made our last video, where the hallways could get pretty cramped in between innings and before and after the game, Yankee Stadium feels much more spacious, even with over 50,000 fans in attendance. Now, what you're looking at right here is because we actually chose the perfect day to visit Yankee Stadium. Because before first pitch, the Yankees held their annual Old Timers Day celebration. It's one of the team's most iconic traditions, bringing back former Yankees players to honor the franchise's incredible history. The only real place in the stadium that actually seemed way too overcrowded was the team store, and this is the big Yankees team store. It's a pretty good one. They have a bunch of various hats. Of course, the Yankees options are limited, but this is the one I picked up to add to my collection of hats I get from the stadiums I go to. Another look here at the concourse at Yankee Stadium, very wide open, very nice, modern, while honoring the greats that have worn the uniform before. The cool thing that the Yankees have is this museum located on the 200 level of all the old jerseys and memorabilia from the Yankees past. This is a helmet worn in the last season by Derek Jeter. A World Series game-used jersey by Jackie Robinson. And more memorabilia from the Yankees past. And one of the coolest things, a rotunda of Yankees World Series rings where they have 27 of them. Their last one, this one right here, which came in 2009. So the Yankees on a pretty long World Series drought, but it was also really cool getting to see the Commissioner's trophies. Including this one, which was won against the Atlanta Braves in the 90s. It's also pretty awesome to be able to look out the windows and see that unbelievable New York City skyline. And one more really cool thing, just a huge display case of baseballs signed by several Yankees legends. And then this nice little tribute to their announcer, John Sterling, who passed away this season. About 50 minutes out from first pitch is when we made it to our seats and got our first real good look at Yankee Stadium. And what a stadium it is. Of course, it is the new version of Yankee Stadium, but it still holds so much weight on this Yankees past. There's Braves catcher Drake Baldwin, who'd be batting in the leadoff spot in this game, and he's been having another wonderful all-star season. On the other side, a look at Yankees catcher Austin Wells, who's done a pretty good job behind the plate this season. And there's one of the men of the hour, Chris Sale, Braves All-Star starting pitcher, having another Cy Young candidate season at age 37. And then on the other side, number 45, Gerrit Cole, the Yankees multi-time Cy Young Award winner, who is having a little bit of a slower season than Chris Sale, but he has still got it in the tank. Something that did not surprise me was the large presence of Braves fans here at Yankee Stadium. The Braves always travel very well. They bring their fans along with them. Look at Austin Riley, still having a little bit of trouble this season. It's been really putrid for the most part, but he has started stepping it up a little bit. And Matt Olson quietly putting together an MVP campaign right around that major league lead in home runs. Paul Goldschmidt for the Yankees batting in the leadoff spot in this game. And then our first look in person this year at Ronald Acuna Jr. on this channel. Remember, he wasn't there for Baltimore, so he's back from his injury.
At first base, number 48, Paul Goldschmidt, number 48.
A lot of the graphics on the scoreboard were in this old-timer day style that I really like. They did a great job paying tribute to the old baseball style. And then a look at the Yankees warming up down here on the field before the game.
Number 78.
When you start to see the bullpen head in like this, that means it's pretty much game time. And you see Chris Sale traveling with his good friend Drake Baldwin towards that Braves dugout.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen.
And out comes the umpiring crew, who found themselves involved in a bit of drama in this game, along with both managers and pitcher, and I guess you'll just have to see when we get there if you haven't seen already.
Well, here come the Yankees and their ace Garrett Cole. But you know what never happened? A national anthem. For the first time in my life, a Major League Baseball game I see that doesn't have a national anthem. I like to hope that's not a normal thing there, but anyway, that was Garrett Cole warming up, and this man right here, George Lombard Jr., playing in just his 4th career Major League game. He has been a huge topic in baseball conversations, and he has himself a good day today.
Number 30, Drake Baldwin.
It's Drake Baldwin leading the day off for the Braves, and here's the first pitch of the game between the Braves and Yankees. A foul ball off the bat of Drake Baldwin. It was really cool seeing the bleacher creatures do the roll call in person. I've always seen it online on social media, but for the first time seeing it myself in person. The Braves would do absolutely nothing in the first as Matt Olson strikes out to cap off a 1-2-3 first for Garrett Cole. And out comes the Braves' left-handed ace, Chris Sale. What kind of day is he going to have? He's got this infield behind him. Jim Jarvis at short, the rookie, and Ozzie Albies playing second base, and some more iconic views of Yankee Stadium. They would get a leadoff single here from Paul Goldschmidt, but that would quickly be erased with this double play off the bat of Ben Rice. Michael Harris right here, a man who absolutely should have been an all-star. However, he does ground out to start this second inning. Ozzie Albies will get himself a double from the right-hand side of the plate down that left field line to give Atlanta a chance to take the lead here. But that would not come to be as Mike Yastrzemski strikes out, taps the helmet to challenge. And in the second inning, the Braves down to 1 challenge. Not smart on Mike Yastrzemski.
Congratulations, fans, and thanks for playing the Yankees Cap Game.
Trent Grisham absolutely smoked a ball for a double to start the inning. And then the man of the hour, George Lombard Jr., again playing in his 4th career game, hit a homer in just a second at bat, but right here striking out for out number 2 of the bottom of the second inning. And then Spencer Jones.
And that is up the middle and throw for base hit. Grisham rounds third. He'll score. Spencer Jones against a brutally tough lefty. Picks up
The Yankees draw first blood, and it comes on a lefty-lefty single by Spencer Jones off of Chris Sale. Not something that's very easy to do by any means. But Chris Sale would get the strikeout to end the bottom of the second with just the 1 run coming across. 1-0 New York as this game heads to the third. Drake Baldwin collected a 2-out single to give the Braves another chance to at least tie this game. But Ronald Acuna Jr. skying this one high, and then some miscommunication, pumping into each other. But it's Paul Goldschmidt that comes up with the catch to end the top of the third inning. Well, after giving up that run in the second, Chris Sale recovered nicely to work a 1-2-3 harmless third inning. Braves offense had been really quiet to start the game until right here Mauricio Dubon spanks this double down the left field line, and Garrett Cole watches as this was almost a close play at second base, maybe closer than it should have been, but it is a big one-out double from Mauricio Dubon. And then right here, it's Mike Yastrzemski going to the opposite field, just over the head of Heliot Ramos. That's going to bring in Dubon to score and tie this game at 1 apiece.
Third baseman, Austin Riley.
And now Riley lines it to right. They'll hold Yastrzemski at third, but the Braves getting to Garrett Cole here at the top of the fifth.
Well, with the Braves finally starting to see the ball a little bit better, the Yankees call a little bit of a mound meeting with Jim Jarvis coming to the plate, the rookie, and he delivers. In to score from third is Yastrzemski. He starts a little merry-go-round action, and the Braves have their first lead of this ball game. Cole would get this big strikeout of Drake Baldwin and then immediately get another strikeout of Matt Olson, and that would wind up being his 1,000th strikeout in the New York Yankee uniform. You heard the crowd's reaction to that overturned call. He had been rung up on strikes on 2 consecutive pitches and overturned both of those after challenging. Well, Ben Rice smoked this RBI triple into the right center field gap to make it a 2-2 ball game. The lead did not last very long for the Braves, and then this.
That's a balk. Called the balk on him. Love it. Wow.
This is where it begins to get very, very heated. A balk call was made, allowing the go-ahead run to score from third, and Chris Sale and manager Walt Weiss absolutely fuming at this call. I have never seen Chris Sale this angry in a Braves uniform, putting his finger in the face of the home plate umpire, and Walt Weiss not far behind. The first base umpire goes over there to get Chris Sale before.
Dueling, heated discussions, and Walt is gone.
Walt Weiss is eventually ejected from this game, and he stays out there and absolutely gets his money's worth. And Chris Sale still going at it with the crew chief over there, surrounded by the Braves infield. Drake Baldwin's awkwardly standing there. He doesn't know what to do. Walt Weiss with his first ejection as an Atlanta Brave, and he's going to make sure to plead his case before heading back into the locker room. Well, after all that, Chris Sale manages to stay in there and record the third out of the inning, although the Yankees had taken the lead before a little bit of YMCA action. Garrett Cole recovered really nicely from the last inning, working a perfect 1-2-3 inning here. And then the Braves will be first to the bullpen. Victor Medeiros coming in. He's been pretty solid out of the pen, but
Shortstop Lombard.
Going on and hit the right field. Hit pretty well. Getting back. It is gone. A home run for George Lombard Jr.
The rookie, in just his 4th major league game, finds that famous Yankee Stadium short porch to make it a 2-run lead for these New York Yankees. It wasn't long after that that Aaron Boone went out there to get his money's worth and somehow wasn't even ejected after arguing a pitch clock violation.
ticket, you can have a buffet dinner with them.
One of the most New York things about this place is looking out into right center field and seeing the subway go by. Victor Medeiros would end the inning with that strikeout right there, but again, the homer from George Lombard Jr. to extend the Yankee lead. And then it was the Yankees' turn to turn to the bullpen. It's the reliever number 47, Brent Hedrick, who had come in, but not before Aaron Boone went back out there, made a fool of himself again, and was still somehow not ejected from this game.
Leading off for Atlanta, their catcher, number 30, Drake Baldwin.
Vince a spark. Both Acuna crushes it deep to left and gone. One-run game. What an at-bat.
Ronald Acuna Jr. with a ridiculous at-bat.
What an at-bat!
And it would put Atlanta back within a run, and the crowd did not take a liking to his showboating around the bases. And in what's now a one-run game, Michael Harris tried to make things interesting right here with a two-out single. That would put a runner on for Atlanta, which would prompt Aaron Boone to come back out onto the field to make a pitching change. Out goes Brent Hedrick, and in comes Paul Blackburn, who the Yankees would bring in to face Ozzie Albies, who'd be batting from the left side where he's a little bit weaker from. He grounds one out to short, steps on the bag, and that would end the Braves' threat in the 8th inning. And it's a one-run game going into the bottom of the 8th,
First
where
batter is going to be Ben
Rice would start
ball
with
center
this.
field. Harris back on the track at the wall. See ya! A home run from Ben Rice.
Ben Rice has really established himself as a power hitter in this league. Another home run for him here. He goes to straightaway center to make it 5-3. And then George Lombard again. Another hit as he sends one into center field. The Yankees try to add on. He slips around first base, so Aaron Boone back out there fixing divots. And then it's Spencer Jones who draws a walk, and then ultimately the inning ends right here on this strikeout to send this game to the top of the 9th. Multi-time All-Star David Bednar, the closer for the Yankees, would come in and try to seal the deal against the Braves lineup, who does get some very clutch hits from time to time. He'd get the first out easily by retiring Mauricio Dubon, but Mike Yastrzemski goes out there, puts up a great at-bat, draws the walk. Austin Riley strikes out as he does all the time, a really overwhelming amount. And then, down to their final out, Dom Smith. The Braves down to their final out, get a run right there as Dom Smith drives in Mike Yastrzemski, and then Drake Baldwin as the go-ahead run. Flies it out to right field to end this ball game, securing a win and a series win for these New York Yankees. My first time at Yankee Stadium was a pretty good one. And I think it's safe to say that this stadium has a different feel than some of the other ones. Of course, it's not the old Yankee Stadium, but it still has that old, iconic, and old-fashioned vibe that you would think Yankee Stadium would have. There's Aaron Judge and Jazz Chisholm. Of course, Judge injured. He would have been fun to see. So I'll likely be heading back to Yankee Stadium at some point in the next couple of years. Just a really good place to catch a ball game. It's really easy to get to. And again, these open concourses make it really easy to get through the stadium before, after, and during the game. It was too chaotic to film an outro for this one, so I really do appreciate you guys watching. Please make sure to like and subscribe for more weekly content. This is Brentley Bales saying so long from Yankee Stadium. We'll see you next week.